Football Manager 26 is finally out. We waited 2 very long years for a new game and now it's time to check it out. This game is meant to be a revolution and we're going to find out if that's the case. Welcome to Football Manager 26 and welcome to the very first gameplay in the new era of this game. Our goal in this video is extremely simple. We want to win a single competitive match and we will not stop until it happens. We will try to do it with a Premier League club. That's because for the first time ever, the top flight of English football is officially licensed in Football Manager. And which club will we take charge of? My personal favorite in this league, Crystal Palace. The Eagles won their first ever trophy, the FA Cup, in the most recent season. And this year, they're looking forward to a top half finish. But in today's video, our only goal is to win a match. So let's just finally dive into the game. We were in the trenches the last 2 years. We were in the trenches. Especially in 2025. And now we're here. It happened. It actually happened. We're jumping into FM26. Do you understand this? Do you actually understand this? First off, before we do anything else, we do the advanced setup because I want to see the options. We'll be taking charge of Crystal Palace. And our goal in this video is to just win a match. Just win one match. We're going to have to add some nations. As you can see, Egypt is in the game for the first time. Also got the debut of the UAE for the first time. Of course, we've got women's football. And in Europe, we've got Lithuania for the first time. Let's just quickly set up a database. So I'm saying Germany, Italy, Belgium. So we have some variety. Spain, where's France as well. And I also want Portugal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think the 7th league is the Netherlands. And that's pretty much it. Maybe Scotland as well, instead of Belgium. And my choice, as I told you, at the very start, is Crystal Palace. We have to create a manager profile, and let's see how it works. Now, there are presets. Oh, you can be good. You can be good. You can be good. What is this? What is... Okay, this is probably something that we need to point out to Sports Interactive, that the height measures are not displayed correctly. Can you remove this from my face? Thank you. Now, some of you may know how I look like. I'm looking for something closest. I think this is close. I'm not using my time to basically spend hours on it. Maybe later down the line. I really like this new character creation. I ended up with this one as a result. And to be honest, I enjoyed this process. And now, yep, I have to introduce myself. This is me. This is my first and last name. I'm also he, him. Like, there's plenty of space to experiment here. Where's Poland? Where's my country? Is there my city? We don't have my city again. This is shambles. This game's gone. Game's gone. And this Football Manager game, no, game's gone. Game's gone. I have to choose the closest city to me. And now doing this. English is my first language in terms of the foreign ones. It's also, I've got some Slovak proficiency. I can say I have a good Slovak proficiency. Hovorim po slovenski. Veľmi dobre. Nemecki, rozumiem. What level of football I've had in my real career. I didn't play above amateur football, and that is exactly the case. Have you ever worked in football in a non-playing role? Now, do we count YouTube, honestly? Do we count YouTube? If you watch some of the videos, you will know that I have a small scouting license from PFSA, but I'd rather call myself, yeah, let's call myself a journalist, because I've done some football YouTube. And we have to go with Continental Pro license just for the purpose of the save. There is so much setup possibilities at the very start. There's so many options. So many possibilities. Now, what does describe my coaching style? I guess it's those 3 traits. What would you describe with 2 traits? Definitely somewhat resilient and driven. That's what I can tell about myself. This is me. Everything is done. Let's flip and go. Let's flip and go. We actually here. We are so back. The first big thing is that we're no longer in the inbox section where we just scroll through messages. We've got the portal where we've got basically everything starting from messages to more messages to news to calendar. Everything is here basically speaking. I think I will quickly learn it. I'm not worried about 30 to 40 hours of learning this entire interface. While I'm recording this, there's a conferencing match. I have to change topics because no one cares about the interface. Lincoln Redims of Gibraltar. The first half is just ending. They're leading over Lech Poznań. Develop players. Competitive against Brighton. We just have to win against Brighton. That's what matters. Finish in mid-table the Premier League, and this is honestly what I think should be absolutely doable during this one season with Crystal Palace. Mark Guehi and Dean Henderson are our vice captain and captain respectively. The 2 of them have an important role in guiding it. One thing I can tell you is that the introduction basically looks the same as in every previous game, just with a different UI. So let's now check out something that actually saw a massive change. For the first time ever, we've got two formations. Where do I go from here? Here, I guess, in possession. And we want to go with fluid counters. I think we're going with what I want, which is a 4-3-3. And I guess we'll drop the wingers deeper. Tactical setup, yes, 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 yes. I can click buttons, mate. In my opinion, it's the start of picking up the team. In case you're wondering, this is how the player profiles look like. The most notable change in terms of team selection to me was the change in some of the role names. For example, we no longer have a Metzala. Instead, it's a channel midfielder. In the end, as my tactic, I came up with this. A classic 4-3-3 with a holding midfielder and with a goal to occupy the center as much as possible. I then took care of the training introduction, which is just a couple of messages, and introduced myself to the squad, which for some reason is now divided into two separate meetings. I also went to my very first press conference, the UI of which looks fine to me, but other than that, there's no changes to it. Before our first match, we've also had some friendlies, where I've spotted something massive, but also an issue. That is, you can find. By the way, I have to tell you this. You can finally instant result. You can finally simulate matches in the default skin. This is an insane W. And what was the result? We cannot see the result, mate. We do not care about this. Well, I have to find out because this is also somewhat glitched. I needed to go to the fixture list to find out the result of the friendly. In older games, we could see the result pop up on our screen instantly after the simulation, as long as we had a skin that allowed us to simulate matches. This is something that definitely needs to be solved before the full game release. I have also decided to see a key part of this game before stepping onto the pitch. I wanted to make a transfer. Specifically, I wanted to sign a center back. Skybet Championship, useful backup to the first team. I guess we could do well with Shutalo. He's intrigued at this possibility, and I think this is looking great. I'm thinking, well, let's negotiate, suggest terms. With, instead of 675, I want to go 6 mil, I want to go 13 mil base. We just spent less than 20 million on a center back. Shutalo is incredibly interested. I'm also interested. Regular starter, this is what we want, and we'll not add anything else. Drop down to 755, maybe I'll up you and a clean sheet bonus. Let's go away with that, and I think we're done. We're on our way to sign our first ever player in FN26. I guess we've actually done it. Our first ever signing in the Football Manager 2026 comes from Ajax for 19 million total, 13 base and 6 in installments. He's got the work permit and he is here to play for us. Definitely a fantastic option at the center back. And with Josip Shutalo secured, it's now finally time to dive into the action. It's time to play a competitive football match. And we can instantly win a trophy. We're starting with a Community Shield game against Liverpool. I can already hear the atmosphere and it already works much better. It already sounds much better. Let's address the team first before we do anything else. And I can already tell that this game is going to lag a little bit during this intro, but it doesn't really matter. The visuals, compared to the old days, are insane. But as I told you, it's the floor, not the ceiling. But I'm already a big fan of what I'm seeing. And it starts with Liverpool's kickoff. Don't know if it will turn into the highlight. Chiesa just running past one of our defenders. Sar down the right wing. Looks for a pass to the middle to Kamada. Kamada finds Jeremy Pino. Pino takes the ball on the left side. He's got it. He cuts aside to Mitchell, who makes a shot. It wasn't a good one, though. I can already tell we're being absolutely dominated possession-wise, and it looks like Robertson is going to have a chance from a throw-in. We have the dynamic mode that adjusts to the tension of the match. But we don't really want that, as Mohamed Salah enters the area, and this is unfortunately the first goal we're going to see today. So far I'm liking it. Yellow card for Lacroix, and we have a highlight, and it looks like it's from Liverpool. Salah with a back heel to Gomez, but Gomez loses possession. Pino, Wharton, Kamada, and he finds Ismail Assar on the right wing. This is what we wanted to see. Sar getting plenty of space. He makes a cut inside, and he's looking for a shot. Kamada scores an equalizer, and it's 1-0. Salah will be looking for a cut inside or go down the right wing. Now he makes a cut. Henderson makes a save. I decided to make a substitution for Jefferson Lerma. But you already know how the tactics work. Except for the fact I cannot view a player profile of someone when they're on the bench. I have to move them to the starting 11 to have a chance, so we've got another bug. But that's nothing compares to what I saw just a few minutes into the second half. Wojtinho finds Mateta. Mateta with a strike! What a goal! What a goal from Jean-Philippe Mateta, and I've got a voice crack. I mean, what? Goal of the season. Goal of the season. Call that already. I just want to see this again. Mateta, 35 yards out, lobs Alisson. This is the last thing I've expected to see today. He gets past Munoz, that's not looking good. Alexander Isak gets the header over the crossbar, thankfully. Mohamed Salah gets that ball, equalizes unfortunately. That's the brace from Mohamed. But Uche loses possession, like an absolute amateur. Florian Wirtz gets the ball. And looks like he's on a 1v1. Henderson somehow makes a save. Konate. And then Ketia, well, that's in possession. We've got penalties from the very get-go. Sports Interactive already, I can tell you that, has to make sure we only see the starting 11, because I cannot really remember. I can remember that's Uche. This 10th should be a left-back Mitchell, and then we end up with Jordan Henderson. Relax, pit your spot kick. If we win this, we first have to go to this. What is going on? Can we have penalties? Ladies, gents, do I instant result to find out? We don't have the penalties. Yeah, the game just glitched itself. We have to instant result, I guess. Or are we going to continue? Let's find out. Liverpool won. Guess we're moving to a Chelsea game. But I have to make a short about this goal. I mean, seriously. Premier League, ladies and gentlemen, after, it looks like forever, is finally in Football Manager. I think it's for the first time ever, as far as I know. Honestly, on YouTube videos it looks cool, but in raw gameplay, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. That is, I'll tell you again, this is massive. Makes a pass to Palmer. Off the post, off the crossbar. But it's a corner for Chelsea, and I can see this corner animation for the first time. Neto makes a cross to Enzo Fernandez, who misses it barely. Fernandez back to the Brazilian. Brazilian makes a pass to João Pedro. Second for Chelsea. Reece James cuts inside, and Esteval indeed scores the third. We must do some changes. Palmer. 4. Who uses acceleration to get past Reece James. Can we score at least a consolation today at Stamford Bridge? Sa to Eddie Nketiah with a header that hits the post. Hughes has a rebound. Don't know how slow he was. He was like on the Sunday League, but it counts as a goal. So at least we've scored. Munoz. Good sequence. Good sequence. I like it. I like it. Nketiah with a chance. 4-2. Now down the left wing, and it looks like more likely to be Chelsea's 5th. Especially as the referee says it could be a penalty. From 12 yards out, Cole Palmer is going to attempt to score. And why is this a red card when the ref clearly showed the yellow? Very tough stuff to this Premier League campaign, and it's going to be even tougher with this penalty. Yeah, post corner. Now Devon can start a counter. Maybe we'll go 5-3. That would be absolutely entertaining. Ismail Assar. What? Why is he out playing here when he's got a red? I love the gameplay, but there are so many mistakes. Of course, this is beta. Let's help them work out those things. It looks like it's a massive loss, 5-2. Ismail Assar, despite being sent off, has still got a chance. Maybe it was a display issue. Maybe we're only told that he's got a yellow, but doesn't change the fact we've lost. I decided to use the go on holiday option between the match against Chelsea and the very next game against Helsinki in the Conference League. And I discovered something really cool there. In previous versions of Football Manager, when we returned from holiday, we were brought back into action at midnight, and now we're jumping in right before the match. And with that in mind, let's finally win something. Visually, this is the best Football Manager of all time, and it's not even close. It's not even close. Although, again, it's HJK who dominate us position-wise. Maybe it's just the start effect. We also do not see the time and the score, and that is a big problem for this competition. The stats have gone absolutely silent as Michel advances forward. No. Basically, we're silent in the stands. It's this bad. Hughes, Sa. Brilliant sequence. If only Kamada learned how to score goals. I don't know how many minutes are there. And it's massive, unfortunately. And Ketia with a strike equalizes. Brilliant shot from outside the area. Hughes. Ball to Sar, who's in the area. Back to Hughes. Lerma. First time shot. Ostika. 2 Lions Foster, I guess. Yeah, I'm already accepted the fate. If not for VAR, I wouldn't have known if it was offside. Passes to Nketiah. Nketiah will try to cut it inside to Wharton, who after a deflection gives us the lead over Helsinki. So Nketiah makes a pass to Wharton, finds Mateta, who's in the area, scores the 3rd goal. Long ball is being sent, but Sosa does not bother to win this header, and instead lets Besuyen win this ball back. Now thankfully we're leading 3-1 and not 2-1. And I think that's it. That's it! We've won our first competitive match in Football Manager 26. It was a Conference League match against Helsinki, but I think it counts. Especially because, although this is a 4th qualifying round, this is a competitive game, and we've done it. We've won the game, we've won the match, and with it, it's time to shortly summarize the experience. I am absolutely loving the new graphics engine that we can see during the matches. It was looking good on trailers already, but I only felt it when I started playing. The UI has already divided the scene. I'm saying the new players who start the managerial journeys in FN26 will love it, and the old heads will hate it. I don't really mind it, to be honest. I know it will take some time to get used to it, but I see the potential in it. There's also plenty of bugs, but they are mostly issues related to what we see on the screen and are not game breaking, apart from when I did not get to see the penalties. Overall, I think we're in for a treat, and Football Manager 26 has loads of potential. We just need to get those problems fixed, and it could actually be fun. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're looking for a safe idea for the moment when the full game releases, check out the video that is on your screen right now. There's quite plenty of choices there, 100 to be exact. But what I know is that one of them will be ideal for you.